up with us, I am going to just give it another minute or two just to let everyone get on, and then we will kick off. Afternoon again, I'm going to kick off. I see we've got quite a few people and I don't want to take up anyone's time. This was quite of a very quick meeting. So just again, a very, very special welcome to everyone today. We do know that this invite came in very late yesterday, and there's a reason for that. We were super excited to bring this information to you. We didn't want to wait any longer, and we thought, let's send out the invite. You saw the team were quite proactive. They were sending you the WhatsApp, they were sending you the emails to ask you to send it to your ABOs, and so that everyone can be on this platform. So why were we so excited to have this meeting? And I just want to take a few steps back. So when COVID started, you know, we all went through a lot. The first thing that happened is people couldn't cross over the borders. And the one country that I'm going to speak about now was Lesotho. They couldn't come into South Africa. They could not pick up their products, and this impacted them. And we now had to think of lots of things. And when I say we, you're going to hear from John. John and his team went out of their way. They worked aggressively with our courier service, and they worked very hard and tirelessly to make sure that they can come up with an idea on how do we get the stuff into Lesotho. You know, saying that we partnered with our ABOs in Lesotho, and a big thank you to them who opened up their homes to us, and the team took our orders there, and ABOs, all LOSs went to their home to pick up the stock. This is what happened during COVID. But while we were still doing that, you know, our leadership kept on saying to us, but, you know, there has to be a way. We have to support our ABOs. How can we, you know, what else can we do? And again, John went back to the table and he worked aggressively with the teams on what can we do for Lesotho. And that's why the very, very urgent meeting and an exciting meeting that we called today, because we want to share on what's happening in Lesotho, where we're at, and what's going to come up. So I'm going to ask Kathy to go to the next slide, please. And with that, so the very exciting news is we are opening up our Skynet Lesotho hub on the 23rd of July. I am going to go into much more detail on what that means, but this is a big, big celebration point for us, and a big thank you to John and his team who worked very hard to get this going. So 23rd of July, we will have a Skynet Lesotho hub in Maseru. We will go into more details. We're going to share with the team. We've got Shantanu here who will actually share with us the whole look and feel. John will give us more details on exactly, you know, how the process is going to work. So we're going to walk you through this. It's a beautiful journey. You're also going to hear from our diamonds, Martin and Tracy, and I'll speak a bit more about that at the end. But this is a big one, and I'm now going to move to the next slide just to go into more detail as to what's happening. Thanks, Kathy. The next one. Okay, so I just want to do a bit more of an operational of where we're at and what's happening. So what is the current process? So we all know when it comes to our Lesotho orders, currently our ABOs will either email one of the team members, people in the contact center at the Joburg ABC, or they're going to place an order online. What we are going to say is that process will stay the same. The one thing we are going to call for is when you email these orders, maybe to a team member, or may you be doing it online, please, we're going to ask you to indicate that this order must be delivered to Skynet Maseru. The minute you do that, our teams internally will know that this order must be dispatched to Lesotho, and we'll do what we need to do with that. That information is going to be very critical for us to go from an ABO experience. So we don't deliver this into the Lady Brand side. The stock will come right into Skynet Hub. With that, I'm going to hand over to John, and John's going to talk you through a few slides. And again, you know, John and them have worked very hard on this. So again, I'm going to say thank you to John and hand over to John just to talk you through from the order process and a few slides that follow. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nasima. Sorry, just go back one slide, Kathy. Right, so order collection process, like Nasima said, exactly the same as is now. The only difference is with the facility, we are going to have a customer service manager who's Madal Moshedi. She's actually at the Skynet offices and she's looking after our Amway account. She's the one that you'll be making contact with. There's a contact phone number and cell for any information related on your delivery of orders. And this is from Friday, the 23rd July. So just to put it in context, she's the lady that will interact after received the orders from Amway. So their address is number 11, Mkhlomi Road in Masuru. Skynet's operating times are Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. And also on the Saturday, 8 to 12, the Lesotho orders will leave, as it is now, the warehouse. So we will pick, pack, consolidate, and every Tuesday and Thursday, it'll leave the warehouse. So the SLA that's in place, that's a service level agreement that is in place. So if it leaves on the Tuesday, it must be in Lesotho on the Friday. And if it leaves on a Thursday, it must be there on a Monday. Now, from time to time, we do have border inspections and we do have where the police held up certain containers or certain shipments crossing over. But if there's a delay, we will notify the ABOs of this. Another nice facility that they've asked us to include, which we've managed to now implement, this facility will be able to take your returns. So ABO must fill out the required merchandise authorization form. This is the RMA form, which must then accompany your product you want to return. And it must get handed in to the Skynet customer service department or Madal. You must get this signed and you must return a copy, or they must return a copy to you as proof of acceptance. Because from there, Madal, she will then forward these RMAs to us, to the central warehouse, and that's for processing. The only thing that's also going to be new, when you go to collect your orders, please, this is a business entity, so people don't know who you are. There's other people also coming there. They just ask for a proof of identification to be presented when you collect your orders. You can go to next slide. Right, so this is just not a Mickey Mouse operation. So just to give you a high-level overview of the business mechanics behind the setup. So in the first block on the left-hand side, this is the Skynet in-house. We do have a Skynet, the personnel that sits within our centralized warehouse. So Amway, we still prepare your consolidated tax invoice. So that means everything that's going on a shipment. Customs don't want to see the individual tax invoices. They want to see one consolidated tax invoice. And we also prepare, it's a documentation called the HS summaries for custom. Then Skynet, they generate the labels or the label and a label for each order. It then moves to the Skynet hub in Elandsfontein, just down the road from us, who they prepare the export documents on CompuClear. That's the SARS customs online system per consolidated tax invoice. It departs Tuesdays and Thursday, and we've just included excludes border or customs delay. I think things are running smoothly there, so we haven't had much of a problem. Skynet Lesotho, they submit the import documents. The consolidated, I'm on the third block, thank you. The consolidated tax invoice and the declaration of goods to customers. They, sorry, I was just interrupted here. Okay, so what Skynet Lesotho do, they submit the documents, the consolidated tax invoice and the declaration of goods to customs. They pay the import taxes. Now, because Lesotho is part of the Commons Customs area, there's no duties or that's relevant there. It's just the 15% that is paid on the orders crossing into the border, crossing into Lesotho. Another nice facility that's Skynet's got to offer is a WhatsApp group they can create. I was on a call with leadership now, and they were talking about a Telegram app, which I think is predominantly used in Lesotho. I have had subsequent meetings with the directors of Skynet, and they say they are looking into it, but they are sure they can offer that if that's a preferred method of communication. What Skynet will do, they will then communicate with you that your order is ready for collection. And below is the address and the contact details. Within Lesotho, and the contact details. And if there's a problem or you've got a complaint with Madal, you can escalate or ask for her manager, which is Amanda Linda. Alternatively, you're more than welcome just to drop me a mail if you are experiencing any issues. Next slide, Kathy. All right, this is the sign just outside the entrance. We are going to get signage or Amway sign put up as well. That has also been approved. Next, Kathy. Right, so branding. Branding, another exciting topic, which we also got the go-ahead from the directors of Lesotho. And I would like to hand over to Santano, who's going to talk of the project that he went through to select what branding we're going to put up. Santano.
Thank you, John, and a very, very good afternoon to each one of you who's in this meeting today in Lesotho and, you know, all rest of the parts from wherever you all are joining. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's call, and we are super, super excited, and I am sure all of you are super excited. Unfortunately, we can't meet face to face. However, you know, we are meeting via the new normal, which is, you know, via a Zoom call, but, you know, we can still show our excitements. I would request all of you to go in the chat and just share your, you know, comments. How do you feel about this whole new change? Because I think the team behind has really done a lot of, you know, work to reach here, and this is, you know, just the beginning, because for us, giving you the end experience is very, very important. So do, you know, flood our chat with your, you know, lovely comments. So as John mentioned that, you know, we thought about some branding, so it was not very easy because this is a Skynet center, and I think John really did a very good job in negotiating. And on the screen, actually, you can see what will be the branding there. So it's not just a Skynet facility. So when you walk in there, you will see the presence of Amway, and not only you, anybody who walks in, whether they're a customer, whether they're AVO, they can see the presence and they can feel the presence of Amway. And on my left-hand side, you can see here that the moment you walk in there, there'll be an outdoor signage, which in the next slide, we can show you in a more better way. But then the moment they walk in, they can actually see signage mentioning Amway logo and the vision of our organization. And when you enter the, you know, center, on the top of the gate, actually there will be a Amway branding, which is really, really wow, I think. If you, Kathy, if you can move to the next slide. So just to show you how actually the real branding on the outdoor signage will look. So it talks about our Amway's vision, which is helping people live better and healthier lives. And I think it's a big win for all of us. So it's a big advertisement also for the organization. And this is not it. We have more for you. Kathy, if you can move to the next slide, please. So when you actually enter the center there in the Skynet Center, so there will be a dedicated room from where actually you can collect our Amway stuff, which is dedicated for Amway facilities. So now in that room also we have Gonda branding, location, and on one of the wall you can see this is the exact branding which is shown on the screen will be there, and we have particularly selected key products like our hero products, which are our nutrition, foundational trio products, which is double X daily, omega, and the protein. And at the same time we have also added the new launches which we have recently done, which is the glow, and I think this is a super extremely great product for the Lesotho market. And another product which is the GNH tissue oil, which we have added. So I think this is brilliant, so anybody walks into that room can also have a feel of the products. And cherry on the cake, there is another thing which John is trying. We have not put a slide, but I can share with you. So when you enter the place on the there will be a desk, and on there you will be actually in the reception desk, we will be displaying some of the Amway products, and which is really great because then when you walk in you can also look into our products. So with this, I'm sure all of you are super excited, and I will pause here and over to you, Raj.
Thank you, SG, and greetings to all our friends, both here in South Africa, but also most importantly, all our friends in Lesotho. And, this is indeed an exciting time, and I've just been playing catch up on the chats as I've joined this meeting a bit late from a prior commitment that I had that ran over time. So I'm really pleased I could be here. And, I think, as everyone's sharing their excitement, trust me, we are equally excited. And this has been a process, a journey that we've embarked on for a long time. And it's a very important milestone for all of us, especially for you, our ABOs, who are expanding and building a business in Lesotho. And hopefully in time, we'll also expand, to the other regions. And on that note, I spoke about this being a process and journey. And what I want to do is I actually want to invite our diamonds, Martin and Tracy, to say a few words. And the reason for this is because throughout the process, Martin and Tracy have been very, very big believers for the potential in all of you, not just in their business, but every ABO in Lesotho. And I remember some really, really stressful conversations over the years between myself and Martin and Tracy, fighting tirelessly and using every opportunity that they could with me to really push, for investment for our business in Lesotho and do whatever it takes to support you, in developing and growing your business. And so, I also recall at the time of COVID hitting us, as you guys know, Lesotho and Eswatini, we were not exporting, we were not taking products across the border, and that presented a huge challenge. And I remember making the phone call that morning to Martin and saying, well, we have a problem. And immediately, Martin and Tracy displayed growth mindset, solution-oriented thinking, and said, no problem, we'll figure this out. If you guys can do X, we're happy to do Y. And that's how we had the setup at the Busiyu's home. And, they opened that up not just for the LOS, they opened it up for everyone. And that came from those discussions. So it's been amazing to partner with them. And it's only appropriate that we hear from Martin and Tracy, who I know are equally excited and recognize the importance of this milestone. So welcome, Martin and Tracy. Over to you for a few words.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, indeed, we think this is exceptionally exciting. And I think it's another opportunity for the Lesotho market to grow and to expand and to just do wonderful things. It's taken away a lot of the headaches. It really has. And I mean, I just want to, first of all, acknowledge the Busiyus. I have to acknowledge them because I remember the first photos of all the trucks arriving at their house, and there were just boxes and boxes and boxes, and the dancing and the excitement and everything that went with it for everybody, for the entire market, not for their business, but for across the line. They were just so excited about what Amway had done for them. And I don't know how long that excitement continued, although they never, ever once complained. But to have that number of boxes arriving at your house every week, twice a week, is just something. So a huge thank you to them for the logistics and for opening their home and for opening it to everybody else. I have to say thank you to them. Also want to say thank you to the leadership and for all your patience, because this has taken patience. This has taken years and years and years to get to this point to where we want to be. And we're excited that we're here because we know that it's only onwards and upwards from here, and we can definitely do something with it. It just makes everything more accessible. I love the fact that we can now return goods without any hassles. I love the fact that we have a dedicated contact person that we can be in touch with just for the orders that are coming through there. So I can't say enough to John and Raj and Nasima and Shantanu and everybody else involved in this to just say thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just incredible. I also just want to just take my hat off to all the leadership that had to go beyond, beyond the call of duty and go fetch things from remote areas and have them distributed and whatever. There's just been an unbelievable camaraderie and, in this whole process. And I'm very, very excited that we don't have to cross the border every 5 minutes to Lady Brand and collect stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's just,
42 Voortrekker.
Yeah, 42 Voortrekker is going to miss us, I think, if I bring that up. But yeah, I just want to give my heartfelt thanks to an entire team for really, really going beyond the call of duty. And I think, if there's other problems that need to be addressed, we know that we're all on the same page now and we can literally go forward from here.
Guys, just quickly from me, I always think about out of adversity comes opportunity. And I know we're sitting there and I know where the times are and I know how hard it is sometimes to build this business with what's happening in COVID. But wow, hasn't Amway gone out of their way to help us? So I just think that the opportunities there now, because of what happened, now we've got a presence in Lesotho. Can you imagine what we can do? Can you imagine the leadership? Because I know sometimes our head hangs low. Sometimes we're wondering, is Amway doing anything? I can tell you that we've been talking to Raj, and I know he's been dealing with John and Naz and the whole team and Intimaling and everybody. But we've been working with Raj, and this doesn't happen overnight. What happens here, really, there is so much background. It's dealing with governments. It's dealing with partners. So just to say, Raj, really, to you and the team, thank you so much, because we know what it means to people's lives in Africa. And we really, really want to thank you for fighting so hard with us, because I know there were times even when America was fighting against us, you were with us. Everybody's been with us fighting for this Lesotho, fighting for each and every person here. It doesn't matter what team you're in. We're all in one team. We're all in one business. And I just want to say to each and every one of you out there, take advantage of this. Amway's gone out of their way. Now you've got to take advantage. You've got to show Amway it's not only is it worth it, they can invest more, they can do more if we become better. So I just want to say thanks, Amway, and I want to thank each and every one of you, each and every person who's been through the adversity and the trying times of going across the border, getting your products. It's, but look what's happened now because we persisted. We've carried on. So Raj, to you, the team, thank you so much. And to all of you guys out there, thank you so much, and to the leadership. And can't wait to come down to Lesotho and just have an absolute blast with each and every one of you again. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Martin and Tracy. Really appreciate those kind words. And certainly I couldn't, agree with you guys more that we have so much potential there. And quite frankly, I feel like we're just getting started. And this is an important milestone where, firstly, congratulations to everyone. This is not just an Amway team or a leadership, effort. It's a collective effort. And ultimately, all of this is happening because of you, our distributors in Lesotho. You guys are the reason that we're doing this, and just know that we're committed to supporting you even further. And it's great to see just the unified ABO, population that we have in so far as our business is in Lesotho, and that's certainly something that we can learn from in other areas of our business as well. So you guys are leading the way in terms of really showing one team. As a team Lesotho, as opposed to, different LOSs. And so when it comes to opportunities like this, it's very important that we have that in check and in place, because, from that strength, from that foundation, we can only get, better and bigger together as a collective. So we're super excited. John and his team have pulled out all the stops. He's excited. He's been putting pressure internally. If I show you some of the emails and messages he's been pushing out to the team, putting pressure on everybody, saying, guys, I'm ready to switch this on. I'm itching. I want to switch this on, which was fantastic to see the spirit and the camaraderie also within my team that work tirelessly to make this happen. So collectively, fantastic milestone. We excited. We can't wait to make this work. You know, are there going to be teething problems initially? Probably there will be, but let's work through the channels so that we all overcome those as quickly as possible. And hey, you know what? I think the branding opportunity, that is rare. You never get a courier partner or a vendor that allows you to put up your branding. And in this case, we're not just putting up branding, we're putting up quite a bit of branding in the context of this relationship that we have with Skynet, you know, in Lesotho. And I'll also share that, you know, this is a partnership that wasn't easy for us because for those of us in South Africa, you'll recall we actually moved away from Skynet and we went to Dawn Wing in South Africa. So they've actually lost our South African business, and yet they've come to the party and to the table, really supporting us with the right partnering spirit. John, you need to go on mute. Yeah, so I just want to wrap up by saying that a huge thank you. I know Skynet's not on the call, but wow, I was blown away when John said to me that they're coming to the table with a partnering spirit, considering that they lost our business in South Africa. So that in itself is really fantastic to see, and I have no doubt that they're bringing full investment and resource to support Amway, but most importantly, you, our distributors. So on that note, I hope you enjoy and celebrate this great news. We have much work ahead of us, and let's continue to do that together because there's amazing potential that exists in you, with you, and certainly in your respective communities. So looking forward to celebrate, as Martin said, much of the successes as soon as we're all able to be together in person. So on that note, have a fantastic day further and all the best as you take your business forward and upward. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone.